What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of The Locker Room. I'm here with Jayden Okunbor, or what was the name? The other name you like?
Okunbor.
Okunbor, that your family friends called you for a bit. What's going on, brother?
Not much, man. Just chilling.
Just chilling. How you been?
Yeah, good, bro. Just coming back into it and just sort of trying to find my way back into the top squad, and yeah.
And it's the doggies. Obviously, hasn't been the most pleasant season, but in saying that for yourself personally, you got your debut, and I guess if you can somehow separate. You were one of the boys, so you care deeply about the results. But for you personally, you had such a good run there.
Yeah.
What's it like for you?
It was awesome. Just getting the debut was what I set the goal at the start of the preseason that this year was going to be my year, and sort of with the season going the way it was a bit hard. Like I sort of got my opportunity, and we weren't going too good, but I just sort of knew I had to make the best of my opportunity and so and hold my spot. And thought I did that all right. So yeah.
And so your debut. Didn't you? Your debut was like relatively fucking. Didn't you like 2 line breaks or something like that? At one point, you had like 8 line breaks in like 4 games or some shit like that.
Yeah, I started off pretty good. I think I got a couple against Tigers in my first game, then a few against Melbourne, and sort of just been out on the wing. Just found space. So I was pretty lucky.
Right, just layer up. Just say it's all me, but I killed it. So I guess at the doggies, like from a perspective of what's the feeling going? I know you still got this year to go, but the feeling kind of going into the next year, or is it more just like let's just focus on now and then we'll regroup at the end of the year?
I think at the start of the year it was a bit like that. Let's give it a red hot crack this year, and sort of the way things turned out didn't really happen. But at the moment, I think we're sort of just building into next year.
Yeah,
we've got such a young squad, and we've got some young boys coming over from. We've got Joe Simpson come from Melbourne.
Yep, he's good.
And so he'll be a really good addition, and. But yeah, I think we're sort of just building towards that. Like, obviously, we still want to go good for the rest of this season, but the finals are out of touch for us. So I think if we can sort of just get some combinations and some confidence in the young guys, it'll be good for us next year.
And so, for you personally, I guess, what's you hurt you're out for 6 weeks or so? Did you say?
Yeah. Yep.
And then you came back and hurt your toe, and then you've been back for about 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah. So I just did my foot and then came back. Had 1 game of New South Wales Cup.
Yep.
Broke my toe, had another week off, and then sort of just been trying to battle my way back in, but finding it a bit difficult at the moment. Yeah.
And so did you re-sign this year, extended?
Yeah. So I re-signed 2 weeks after my debut. So it worked out pretty well.
Fucking life awesome. Is good. 100%. Fucking hell, man. Okay, so take us back to a young Jayden. Where'd you grow up? Obviously, you grew up in Sydney, did you?
Yeah. Yep. So born in San Susi, but only lived there till I was 2. Yep. Then moved to Punch Bowl. Oh,
Punchy. Yeah, Trent from Punchy, bro. That's the only reason I know him, from Trent from Punchy.
Yeah, I was there till I was about 5 or 6, I think. Like we just, in that area, I don't know, it's pretty cool. Like Dad became friends with a drug dealer, like not even knowing. Like he was just our neighbour, and just... I don't know, just got talking to him and they became friends. But
so you had this drug dealer next door.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And
and so your dad just didn't.
He just didn't click. Yeah, he's
a great bloke.
Yeah, 100%. He was pretty oblivious to it. But then we just moved over to Revesby, Panania, and been there ever since. Been there since till now. Yeah.
Till now. So your father was born in Nigeria.
Yep.
And your mother was born...
Mum's Australian.
Yeah,
she's as Aussie as it gets.
And so do you get the constant stories like back in my day from the dad or what?
Not really? I don't know. Dad's a bit weird. He doesn't really talk about his time over in Nigeria, which sort of sucks. Like me and my brother try to get out of him, but he doesn't talk about
different generation, eh?
Yeah. I think he used to play soccer over there and stuff. But,
they fucking love it over there. Yeah,
man. And he reckons he was good. That's the only thing he'll ever say. He just reckons he's pretty good, but But yeah, he doesn't really talk about it much. Yeah, so, yeah.
I remember my grandfather. He went to, obviously very different, but it might not have been. Nigeria has had tough times, but so he went to the war.
Yeah.
And he just never talked about it.
Yeah.
He was like a rat to Brook, which was like notoriously they literally hid under the ground from like Nazi tanks, hid under the ground for like 3 to 4 months. They had no tanks, nothing. They just had militia, like the men on the ground, whereas the Nazis actually had like equipment, everything, and they ambushed them and won that fight, which was crucial to Australia, everything. And like it's just nothing.
Doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, just nothing. And he's just like, man, I would love to know what it was like. Because he lied about his age to go as well. He wasn't even 18 yet.
Oh, right.
He's a madman. Yeah. He's passed away now, but he's so chill, doesn't talk about it. So, so I guess from what you can tell, and him coming over to Australia, how old was he when he came to Australia?
I'm pretty sure he came over when he was like 25 or something like that.
Yep.
So
and what prompted that?
So he's one of 11.
Yep.
And he's the second oldest boy.
Yep.
And so his older brother came over and just sort of offered Dad like to come with him, and Dad sort of just jumped at the opportunity and just came here. And I don't know, like he didn't have a plan or anything like that. I think they just came here, just try and get some work, and then he ended up. I think he met Mum and then just stayed and stuck around.
Does he talk about like at least when he got here, he was like, "Fuck, this is so good, this country."
Not really. Yeah, he just not at all. He's just weird about it.
Yeah,
you ask him, he just goes, "Oh, yeah, it was nice."
It was nice.
Yeah, he just doesn't no detail, nothing.
Yeah,
don't get anything.
Have you been back to Nigeria at all?
Nah, never been.
That would be cool, man.
Yeah,
that'd be really cool. I mean, I'd love to just experience, like, I feel like you get so caught up in the footy bubble and you don't. When I retired is when I started to really realize, like, fuck, there is a gigantic world out there
100%.
where footy doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I think like all my friends do the Europe trip around this
so
time
jealous.
of year, man. You're just at home, fucking day off, and you just go through their Instagram stories. They're on a beach, like just sailing around. But with footy, you can't really do that. You miss that whole time.
And you can't like go and just get shanked for like 3 weeks or whatever, or eat whatever you want, because you come back a mess and just get towed
100%.
up. Okay, so growing up, was it always footy for you?
Nah. So when we first moved to Panania, we just went to a school in Jackson. My older brother Jackson, he met a guy that was playing footy, and sort of he went down to play local footy, and Dad took me down to play soccer.
Yep.
So I just played soccer for 1 year, like when I was 5 to 6, and like I loved it. It was fun.
Yep.
But one day, like I'd always play like really early in the morning, then I'd go watch my brother.
Yep.
And one day they were down a player, and Mum was his team manager, and she just said, "Oh, like, do you want to play? Like, got a jersey here, you can run play footy, yeah." And just put the jersey on, and then I just went out and played. So he was 2 years above me, so that was under 8s, I think, and I was 6. And I just loved it. Like, I think I scored a try the first time I touched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like
it's
pretty crazy. And then I think I just played the rest of that soccer season.
Yep.
And then just went and played footy.
So you just loved it from the day drop, pretty much.
Yeah.
Were you always a big child?
Yeah, I was always big as day. It was pretty hard, like growing up, sort of, and it was weird hard with Mum. Mum's white, white as anything.
So she's like,
and then there's always like a few times had the birth certificate out, like people asking he's not the right age, and
really
that was pretty hard. But I was always bigger than everyone. And, But
that's crazy, because like, I guess if it was a white kid, you probably wouldn't ask that question.
Yeah, no,
you'd just be like, he's a big kid.
Yeah, for sure.
But because you look of Nigerian descent and that, you just have this assumption that birth certificates don't exist.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy.
That's great. So do you remember a time when you legit had to like get the birth certificate?
Yeah, I remember, because I was playing touch footy like in this local comp. And there was this guy, and like we'd always smash their team, and the kid's dad was the coach.
Yep.
And he's just gone up to the people, because I sort of knew my mum knew the chick that was running the whole comp.
Yep.
And she was like, "Oh, like he wants to see his birth certificate. He doesn't think you're 10 or something like that." And I had to take it in the next week and got it all cleared up, and still flogged him.
And just go, bro, you're just getting flogged.
Yeah, you just
your kid's shit. Your kid's shit.
100%.
I'll scrap him too if you want. Fuck, that's crazy, Like, it's bizarre. Like, it's so offensive at the same. Like, you kind of like, man, like, come on, like, 100%. It's touch footy, bro.
Yeah,
your kid's not getting fucking bumped into next week or anything.
No one's getting hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like whatever heritage a kid was. Let's say it was footy and he was fucking hurting blokes. You'd be like, look, is this really what we need right now for all the kids? But touch footy, your kid's just shit, mate. Your kid's just shit.
Just slow, can't run.
Just imagine your mum just goes, your kid's just shit, mate. Here's your birth certificate. Your kid's shit. Okay, so did you always excel like in sport as well, like growing up, or you just enjoyed it?
Yeah, I sort of did pretty well. Like I did cricket and athletics as well.
Yep.
Just with cricket, like I made like the rep teams growing up and stuff like that, and athletics. Like I only really did it through school, but like I'd always make it to like state and nationals in shot put.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Wow. So like I was pretty good at that, but just footy was always.
Bro, athletics is like so strange, eh? Like it's rewarding, and I'm so grateful that I did it.
Yeah.
Fuck doing that for a career,
man, you're just by yourself. And, like, and I was just thinking, like, coming through school, like you'd make those nationals things and you'd have to pay to get yourself there.
Yep.
And I just remember like getting the thing. It was like $1,500 to get all the gear, the flights, and that. And I was like, "Fuck, Mum, you're paying this much," and I'm just going to throw a heavy ball 3 times. Like,
and there's no pathway for me.
Yeah, I'm not getting anywhere. No one's coming to watch me. Oh, fuck, he's mad. Let's sign him up. So.
100%. Like there's no contract waiting for you, like a bad shot putter.
Yeah, so I just brushed that.
And it's so intense too. So much pressure. Like you rock up, and like I remember I went to nationals and everything for running and that, and like you rock up and you got your heat and you throw poorly or run poorly for 10 seconds. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, fuck.
That's it. You know what I mean?
Done,
it's done. But I also feel like I'll put my kids into athletics because I feel like it does. Teach quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm so glad we did it. Like me and my brother, we sort of think back to like Friday nights going down there, and you're with your age group, and I sort of remember like I was fat. I was real fat.
Oh really?
Yeah, I was fat. And at the end of every day on the Friday, you'd do all your events, and it'd be a long distance run at the end.
Yeah.
And man, like I would shit my pants. I'd fucking cry to Mum, I don't want to do it. It was like a 300-meter run, but when I was like 7, that was the longest thing ever.
100%.
So I used to cry, and then Mum was like, "All right, let's go home. Let's go. Just rush home before that." And I just hated it.
You know what's crazy? So like I went to nationals for 100, 200, 400, and 800.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I think I did like the 200 the day before, and I came like 3rd or something like that. And the 800 was the next day, and I went to my mum. I was like, "I don't want to do it."
Yeah.
Exactly the same situation. Sulking, just being a little, just a kid, I guess, just a kid, you know. And I was sulking, "I don't want to do it." And she's like, "Look, I think you really should. We're here." And like, I'm not even thinking about the fact that we've paid all this money to go to nationals. I'm at the Australian titles, bro. So I rocked up the next day. And I was like, you know what? I won't cruise, but I'll just go see what happens. Yeah. Anyway, Australian titles, 800-meter race, boom, won it.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy. And I was like, thank fuck I did this. So I always got that national championship there.
That's sick.
And I was a little sook.
Yeah,
I was a little fucking pussy. It's crazy how much your parents do for you and you just don't realise that.
Yeah, 100%. You just take it for granted.
Yeah, all that money, everything like that. And you're just like, you might, as you said, like, as I said, I was fucking sooking. I wasn't even going to do that. Okay, yeah. So you're always naturally gifted when it came to sport, and you worked hard and everything like that. When did you start? Did you make rep size with footy and that?
Nah, not really. So all through school, I didn't make CHS, like my New South Wales side, until year 12. I made the CHS team, but never made a Sydney South West. Like I was crap. Like really? Never got picked. Because I just went to a just like my local high school.
Yeah, normal school.
Yeah. So like we'd go to those competitions, and like there was Westfields, and like basically the whole team got picked, so it was pretty hard. But yeah, just never made any rep teams until year 12, and I tried out for Harold Matts a year young and missed out on that.
Wow.
So and then my age came around and it got picked, and sort of since then I've just been in there since. So yeah.
Okay, so who was your team growing up then?
I went for the Bulldogs,
Doggies.
I sort of I went for Bulldogs and Rabbitohs. Mum grew up in Mascot, and her older sister is a diehard Rabbitohs fan, so they sort of forced me into it.
Yep.
But like dogs were always they were always my team.
Oh really?
Yeah, just always loved them. Like,
dogs of war, bro.
Yeah. So like when Sonny and that were there, that was pretty sick. Like,
yeah.
Just loved watching
I played against Sonny.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah. Well, it's funny because he so it was at Suncorp that I played against him, and the only reason why, because usually you don't really remember who you play against. It's not something that you're sitting there going, "Oh my god," because you're in the NRL, you're not thinking about that. But anyway, I took a kick return the first one, and I stepped and like got a quick play of the ball, and the next one, he said to me, "Run it straight, you cat," something along those lines.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, I might just do it to see like what it feels like.
Yeah.
You know, because this is Sonny Bill in his heyday, like just jamming. Anyway, so I was like, I'm going to try it. And I'm running. Stepped at the last second and catted it. I was like, nah, fuck that. But yeah, so he was unbelievable when he came through. He debuted at centre.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, fucking, he just
imagine him at
killed
centre.
it that day too.
Like, it was one of the best. They reckon it's one of the best debuts ever.
Yeah.
With a baggy jersey.
Yeah. Got the sleeves tied up.
Yeah, with the tape and that.
Mad, sick.
So did you watch any, like, was anyone in that side someone you looked at too and be like, fuck, that's who I want to be like when I grow up?
Oh, sort of not really. Like I did love him. Like he was my favourite player then. Yeah. But like as weird as it sounds, like when I saw Jamal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, when I saw him, I sort of, I don't know, I was like, fuck, like that could be me one day.
Yeah.
He's Nigerian as well.
Yep.
And so that sort of motivated me a little bit to just like, if he can do it, like I can.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
We sort of look the same. Like if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, and I guess physically, you're relatively similar in the like height and stuff as well.
Exactly.
It's funny how like you love all footy, but you tend to relate to people that you can relate to.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
And there's this sense of like, he's from where he's my heritage, and it's similar to like, Islander kids looking up to Benji or something like that. They can see he's from where I'm from.
Yeah, if he can do it, right?
Yeah. It's weird like that, and yet in reality, your lives couldn't probably be any different. Any more different.
Yeah.
So Jamal, he was crazy when he came to.
When he was at the Dogs, like he was a beast. Eh? I sort of reckon once he left Dogs, it sort of went a bit down for him. But those few years where he was at the Dogs, I just remember that tackle, Nathan Gardner. He grabbed him by the pants and just like basically pulled his pants down. He was just like dragging him around by his pants, bro. He was just so big and strong. So he
was the kind of guy, Idris, that like I feel like he just didn't love the game enough. Like, I've had him on the show and he said like I just fell out of love with the game. But he's physically could have been anything.
Yeah, for sure. I think crazy. Yeah, that Origin game that he played, he ran over Petro.
Yeah, it was crazy.
No one does that.
He's a friggin' outside back.
Yeah, he just fucking ran straight over him.
Okay, so he was someone you kind of looked to and drew inspiration from, kind of thing. So did you always have the dream to play in a role, or was it only till later on you started going, I could play in a role?
Nah, sort of always the dream. Sort of through school and that, like there was parties and stuff, and I sort of just missed out on them because I just want to play footy. Like I got footy on the weekend. And, sort of the big decision, like not to go to schoolies. Like I had schoolies like after year 12, obviously.
Yep.
And like it sort of, if I went to schoolies, I would have missed my last year of SG ball preseason. Like I would have missed a week. I was like, fuck, like I'm going to do footy.
Wow,
like,
that's pretty committed because it's just SG ball.
Yeah. And like my best mate was in the same team and he went to schoolies.
Yeah.
Like, had the time of his life, came back, didn't get picked, and like sort of just went downhill for him.
Oh, really? So it kind of reinforced that sacrifice.
I was like, made a good decision here. And but once I finished school, I just knew like I didn't, because my brother's a landscaper. I'd done some labouring stuff with him. Like fuck this, I don't want to dig holes like for the rest of my life.
It's a pit.
Yeah, so I'm like, man, better have a good shot at this. So,
yeah. And so you decided not to go to schoolies, and it's crazy to think like he didn't get selected. Like usually, if he's decent, like he'd come back and he might miss a bit, but he gets selected. It's all good.
Yeah, he just didn't get. He got picked a year up SG ball.
Yeah,
and our year he didn't get picked.
Wow.
Yeah, just sort of came back and like.
So his detriment was your mad lesson that reinforced hard work for you.
Yeah, it was crazy.
How good's that?
Yeah.
And so I guess that kind of taught you if you dig in here.
Yeah, if you just give it a crack, you'll.
Yep. Yeah. And so you made the SG ball side for the Doggies?
Yeah.
And so when did they start talking contracts and stuff like that?
Nah, so my first year of Harold Matts, I'm pretty sure I signed a contract then. It was just for like
pair of shoes.
Yeah, there's nothing, eh?
Yeah.
And then sort of, I think that signed me up until my second year of SG ball.
Yeah.
And then once that finished, I went straight into a 20s gig. I think I signed my first 20s contract when I was 18.
Yep.
And that was just to get me through 20s, and like that was all right. It was decent. Like sort of, my manager got me like full-time training with the full-time squad.
Okay.
Just for the preseason, sorry. And
so what was that phone call like when they said, "Oh, yep, you'll be training full-time for the"?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was when Des was there as well.
Yep.
And,
Mad Dog Desi.
Yeah, and sort of at the time I was fucking shitting my pants. Hey, I just seen Des like on the field with those older boys, and like the way he ripped into him and that, like it was pretty scary. But I was super excited. Like before the preseason, I remember, I think we started like November 1, like I honestly started training like in October 1, like a month. Like I didn't want to go in there fat. So I was like, man, I'm going to give this a crack.
Yeah.
And sort of did all right in the preseason and stuff, but I was 18 and I was never going to get a crack. Just did that, went back to 20s and played all right, and then did it again the year after. And sort of when I found out that my manager had that in the contract, because he didn't really tell me at the start. Yeah. I was like, oh fuck, like shit, man. Like I used to look up to these guys.
Yeah.
Because I remember I had a photo with Tony Williams. Like we did like that club training day.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I want a photo with him.
Yeah.
Got this like shit photo, and then fucking 6 months later, I'm training with him. Like we're doing the preseason.
So when you rocked up, was it like, who was someone that you were like, wow?
Him. There was Cass, James Graham too. Like I was fucking shit scared of him when I first met him.
He's intense.
Yeah, he just doesn't like. You can have a joke with him, but like for me, I was like, fuck, I don't want to laugh at him.
Yeah, not the young bloke. Yeah. And he's old school too.
Yeah, 100%. So you had to sort of earn his respect. And But yeah, it was just like training with them was pretty crazy. Yeah.
Do you remember a time when, for example, I was just speaking to Bronson and he was saying, I remember this contact session, like the first contact session we had, and I ran like half-hearted and I got absolutely oosed, and I realised then, this is first grade, I can't be coming in soft. Do you remember any situations like that where you're like, shit, I need to fucking...
Yeah, like when Des was there, we had Jimmy Dimmick and he was our wrestling coach.
Yep.
And like fucking Des was right into it then.
Yep.
And so we used to wear these heart rate monitors, during our wrestling sessions, and like you just had to go 100%. Like if you weren't in the red, like not over 90%,
you
fucking rip into your.
And they've got targets for you specifically too.
Yeah. So you're just you just got to smash each other. You're wrestling, like trying to choke each other out.
Yep.
And like it was nothing. I'd never done anything like it before.
Yep. It's a fight, pretty much.
Yeah, and like it wasn't even. We weren't learning how to tackle. We were just basically like trying to like choke each other out, break legs.
Jiu-jitsu and shit.
Yeah, man, it was fuck. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, that was like a massive eye opener because you had like they split us into backs and forwards, and I remember like Tim Laffey, like he was as strong as anything, and he just fucking flipped me on my head all the time. And I was just like, I thought I was big, but I just wasn't strong. I hadn't had
man strength. That man strength.
And they all just had it. Like Sam Parrott was so much shorter than me.
He's strong too, that.
Yeah, he fucking strong as, and he could just, he was just so good at it all.
And so you were just getting wrist-hold going, this is
and I was this young guy, and we used to play like King of the Ring. And if you win, but if you win, you sit out. So if you lose, you just have to keep going until you win. And I'm not going to beat anyone here. I was getting fucked all the time, and bro,
the worst thing is you're going to get wrist-hold.
Yeah.
Like, so you just know that you're going to be there till the end.
Yeah, you just like, I'll cop it.
Yeah.
But it never gets easier.
Fucking hell, how is that? So that's kind of the first time you realise, like, this is training, but this is more than training. This is intense.
Yeah, for sure.
We're trying to go at each other here.
Yeah.
Fucking wrestling, bro. It's so weird to think that, like, 10 years ago, or longer now, 15 years ago, it didn't even exist.
Yeah, no one was doing it.
Now it's like so important.
It's the most important thing, yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, so that first year goes around, and so you went back to train with 20s, or did you stay in the first grade squad?
So I went back to play with 20s. And I don't know, sort of all my juniors, all my like SG Ball, Harold Matts, 20s and that, we'd never win.
Yep.
Like we're never good. Like we'd always win one game, lose 6. Like we never made the finals in 20s or anything like that. And so it was a bit hard. Like I sort of went back down there, like played good footy. Like I thought I did all right, but sort of just never enough. Like we're never going to make the finals. We sort of got ruled out pretty early, and that was a bit hard, but still
just footy.
Yeah.
Hey, you learn a lot about yourself.
Yeah,
like you 100%. Turn up, like you could just wait for the good days, because when they come, how good is it going to be?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you go back, and then you come back in the next year to the preseason. Did you feel a lot more confident that next year coming into preseason? Not really.
No, not really. I was still that young guy, and like, because I remember I came through with Adam Kieran. He's over at the Warriors now. We we did it. We had the same manager, and we got the same deal.
Yep.
And so we just did these preseason, and we were just the young guys. Like we sort of hadn't had it. We didn't have a name for ourselves. Like we were sort of just fucking shit kickers. Like at the back, just doing our best. But the second year was a bit better, but still, because like there was a couple young, like there was a few guys our age coming up as well.
Yep.
But still, like we're all just those young guys. Like we didn't. We had a completely different shed to the first grade boys. So like fuck, we'll just go back there, keep our mouth shut.
Yeah, don't say anything.
Yeah, so just cop it. But I still loved it. Like
it's just a rite of passage. Really. You've got to earn that respect.
100%, yeah.
Okay, so even then, so you went back to that preseason. Did you do the whole preseason, and then you went back training with 20s again?
Yeah. So I did the same thing, and again, just that 20s year was shit again. Like we didn't make the finals. I did my shoulder that year, so I think I played probably up until August, and then I did my shoulder, and I had a full reco on it, so I just missed the whole season and the rest of the season, and yeah.
So that would have been your first like full surgery.
Yeah, so I had my meniscus done in 2014. So when I was SG Ball, but that was just a minor one. But yeah, when I did the shoulder, that was my first serious thing. Yeah.
And did that rattle you at all, or not really? It was just part of the process, kind of thing.
Yeah, sort of just the process. Hey, like I was lucky. Like I had my contract for the year after too.
Yeah,
that was massive. Like if I didn't, I was pretty scared.
Yeah.
So I had that locked in, but I just knew. Like I had my surgery. I think I had my surgery on the Saturday or the Friday, and then like I just knew that I wanted to train, so I went in on Tuesday and just like got on a bike and because I just knew if I took too much time off, I'd just get fat. I'd probably lose love for it. So
okay.
Get back straight.
Just stay in that kind of thing.
And I hated not being around the boys. Like
there
was guys that got injured and they just wouldn't, like they stopped coming to training because they didn't have to. like, fuck, I can still walk. Like, I can still just go out there and watch them and stuff. So I just I love training, like being out there with them.
It's so important just just to be there around the boys, because if you stay away for too long, you can get a bit like last year.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, right? Whereas if you're around the boys, you're still a part of the group and everything like that.
Yeah.
So the next year, did you upgrade to like full time then, or not?
Still, I upgraded to a development contract, which is you're full time. Like, you don't have to work. You're there all year, but you're not in the top 30.
Yep.
And
so it's like top 35 or something like that.
Yeah. So like, there was 3 of us in the back.
Second tier or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just did that, and like that was mad. Like, I loved it because the few years before I'd been working as a teacher's aide.
Yep.
Like, I loved it. Like, it's stuff. Like, I like doing it. Like, I like being with the kids. But I was like, fuck, if I don't have to work, like, I want to be doing this for the rest of my life. So living that full time lifestyle. Yeah, it was sick. Loved it.
And so you came in that year and you still felt pretty young or a bit better?
A bit better, eh? Yeah, because I'd been around like the older guys for a few years, and they sort of started to know who I was, my personality and that.
Yep.
And felt a lot more comfortable. And there was guys younger than me. And I sort of felt that like being able to talk to them made me feel older than what I was, sort of thing. Like, I could help them out a little bit.
Being there and having done that and seeing them like being all new and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Kind of put you in a space like, I'm not really that new anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
So that you would have been like, what, 20 then?
Yeah, so that was last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
And so you played New South Wales Cup last year?
Yeah.
And so in that year, you guys obviously go on to win it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what was that? Was that probably your best year that you'd had, or?
Well, yes and no. Like as I said, like I'd never really won in a Bulldogs jersey, so it was sort of weird going into this team where we're actually winning. I was like, this is different. And like I started the year at second row. Like I was the starting second rower, and played a few games. Like fuck, I probably wasn't even playing good footy. Like I was sort of playing pretty average. Sort of was off the bench, like got pushed back onto the bench. Sort of injuries helped out, but yeah, this one game against Newtown, fucking played shocking, like terrible. Got dropped down to Ron Massey Cup, and like that was fucking heartbreaking for me, man. I cried after that game. I was like, oh shit, like what am I doing? Like I want to play footy, like I can't be playing this shit.
Yeah.
So went and played a game for Cabramatta. But like even doing that, like Frank Pritchard was in our team. Like I played with
Cabramatta.
In Cabramatta, like, he's just down there getting matches. He's like living it.
As in like, so he's retired and he's out there. Yeah, okay.
But he's still playing, and so I sort of like said, oh man, like he played first grade, like I want to be there. So I sort of knew, fuck, I've got to like pull my finger out and get back into it.
Yep.
And the week after that, I think I was probably going to play Cabra again, but then someone got injured.
Yep.
In the New South Wales Cup team, and I started off the bench, and then I'd always sort of joked around with the coaches like, oh, I could play fullback, I could play wing, whatever.
Oh, so you grew up not being a winger?
Nah, I only started playing wing halfway through last year.
Okay. So sorry, keep going. Yeah.
So yeah, I just used to always muck around with him, and then fuck, shut up.
Yeah.
And then so our hooker got knocked out, but we had a backup hooker playing in the centres and a centre playing on the wing. So it sort of worked out pretty well. He went to hooker.
Yep.
Centre I went out on the wing.
Yeah.
And my first touch, like I took a run in, broke a tackle, offloaded it, and they scored. Like we scored.
Yep.
And so I was like, fuck, this is alright. I can do this. Just catch bombs and fucking run hard.
Yeah.
So I did that, and sort of just worked out pretty well. And I started playing pretty good footy then. Like, first half of the year, I was pretty down. Like, fuck, this is hard, man. I'm getting pumped here every week. But yeah, once I moved out into the wing, I had just my role, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. And
simple, like make no errors and just run as hard as you can.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you were a winger the whole time, eh?
I played a bit of centre, like played centre in 20s and SG ball, but
not in a sense of like building a career kind of thing. Wow. Okay. So you went out the wing, and were you like, did you love it? Were you like, this is
I fucking loved it. I was scoring tries. I was like just doing my best.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. You just defensively, you just gotta. It's pretty hard still defensively. Like you got to make the right decision.
It's simple, but it's hard. Like you just got to make the right decision.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's making the right decision.
Yeah,
and when you make the wrong one, you can usually be like, "Fuck, I made the wrong fucking decision." Yeah. Whereas like second row is so much more complex.
You got to fucking check a lead, and get off, and put pressure on. But like I was sort of lucky too because like coming into the finals, we played. So we finished a week earlier than first grade, so we didn't get all our first grade players back until week 2 of the finals, and we played Penrith, and probably didn't play my best game. We had 3 wingers. There was me and 2 other guys, and it was sort of just like, fuck, I got the first crack.
Yep.
And so we lost that game, and then that week after, coach said, oh, we're going to give the other one will crack, like you're going to go on the bench or you might not play. And then sort of 2 days before the game, one of the other boys, he just got some like bad, like some family news, and he had to pull out. And so then I got a crack, and then I came straight back in and then played pretty good, like scored a length of the field try, and
really?
like, fucking did all right.
Taking advantage of these chances,
man,
bro.
I was so lucky. I was pretty lucky, and sort of just played the grand final, won that, then the national championship, won it, and it's sort of all like him having to pull out. Like really just set me up, like to where I am now, sort of thing. Like it's because he was my best mate too. Like seeing him go through that shit was pretty hard. Fuck,
that's crazy how like life just like, you know what I mean, like the schoolies thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you got the center playing, the hooker playing center, the winger playing the center winger. You know what I mean? All works out. Yeah. Okay, so you win the and so did they re-sign you midway through that year? And
nah, so I was that was my. Oh no! Like I was signed for this year. You know how at the end of
November or whatever they can.
Yeah, you can go talk to other people. I don't know if they were too keen on me then because like I was just sort of just chucked on the wing and I did all right. But I had this year and then did the preseason, all that, played pretty well. I trained pretty hard and then they started talking to me then. So,
for this year.
Yeah, for this year. Yeah.
And so like winning the finals and that, what was that like winning the New South Wales Cup?
Yeah, it was pretty mad. It was it was good. Like we won.
Yeah.
But like all the Mad Monday stuff had happened like 3 weeks before.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Right, so like we were so keen, we were so excited. Like the week of our New South Wales Cup grand final, we'll organise a boat, like we'll organise a party.
Yeah, and we'll fucking be in the middle of Bermuda Triangle, so no one can film us.
100%. But then some of the senior boys in that team were like, oh no, let's focus on the game. Like fucking, let's not book anything now. Yep. And some was like, oh fuck, whatever. Like, and we all had a feeling that we were gonna win. Like, no, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
So we just brushed it, and then so we won. We went back to the leagues club, and like we started planning. Like, we're gonna get this boat tomorrow. Yeah. And then the club found out, and they said canned it. Like, no, he's not doing anything. Not allowed to do anything.
Yeah.
And then we'll plan it for next week. Like, because we had the national championship, started planning it. Club finds out. Canned it. So after our we didn't celebrate. Like we went to the casino after our New South Wales Cup one.
Just like a night out.
Just a night out. Like, it was so shit. And
basically everyone was sitting there a bit rattled too, because they couldn't do what we wanted to do.
Everyone was so down. And I remember after the national championship, we went to the races on the Monday. Yeah. And like it was cool. Like we were with the boys and that, but it was fucking like
it's not Mad Monday.
Yeah,
though.
no, it was shit.
You know, like it's not back at the club getting loose doing stupid shit.
Yeah, man, 100%. So.
Far out, that sucks. Boys, why'd you got to rule out? Like first grade boys.
All the boys are so off it. And I remember, like we had a few boys moving on at the end of the year. And like, they were trying to like, come on boys, let's let's go. Like, no, we're gonna be here next year, bro. Like we're gonna see him next week. So, but no, it was all right.
At least you got the memory of winning the finals, and you did touched up Redcliffe 42-18.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Was that on grand final day as well?
Grand final day, yeah.
So you got to experience the grand final of last year, 2018.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, eh?
So you would have, I guess, got to watch Cooper Cronk's incredible, live, pretty close on the sideline.
Yeah, and it was pretty crazy. Like a few of the boys left before, and we're like, oh no, it's pretty, pretty massive. Stuck around and got to see all that, and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
What was it like, the atmosphere at the game?
Yeah, it was crazy. It was it's pretty like it's just crowd. It was just a grand final. It was going off, and
Roosters, mate.
Yeah,
Luke Keary, he had a pretty unbelievable game.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, I'm sure you would have came into the next season, and they would have seen you as a winger then.
Yeah. So I was just from the preseason, like day one, I was just winger. I was on a winger. Yeah.
Okay.
But they just signed like Christian Crichton. Like he came over from Penrith.
Yep. And
sort of I was just like, oh fuck, him and Remus are gonna be the wingers. Yep. So I was like, oh shit, like whatever. I'll fucking train hard, try to prove myself.
Yep.
And sort of just having him there was sort of like my motivation. Like fuck, I'm not just gonna give like there's a spot there because BMOS had left, and I was like, fuck, I want that jersey.
Yeah.
And I sort of knew that he was gonna get first crack at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm just gonna make it hard for him, mate. Just do my best. But yeah, so that was the hardest preseason the hardest I've ever trained. Like I sort of just fucking went through the motions a few years before, and I was like, nah, this is like I've got to do it now. Like it's now.
I feel like when you explain that to people, like when you're young, when you say, "Oh, I went through the motions," they think like you didn't rock up and tear in. But I feel like what you mean by that is like when you go like have the hardest thing you ever did, you're actually mentally thinking about every session I'm rocking up. I'm doing this, doing that. Whereas like before, you're kind of just getting told what to do and you just do it.
I'm just going to go do it,
Yeah. Whereas I think that when you really do rip in, you're thinking like, what's my diet like?
Yeah.
What's my weight like? How much water? Think about everything.
Yeah,
I think.
for sure. I think like my diet the first few years was like wasn't shit. Like I wasn't just eating crap all the time, but like it wasn't as good as it had to be.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, I'll take it. Like I'm gonna give it a crack here. And
mine was terrible, bro. Like, I didn't even think about it because we didn't have that information when we were coming through.
True. Yeah.
You know, like we didn't. It was the internet was there, but it was nowhere near the same information. Like it was just like. I mean, I used to think pies weren't that bad. I swear to God.
Carbs and protein.
Right. Like, that's what I thought. Like, it's got protein in it. It's meat.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. But we just didn't have the information, man. You know? So, but yeah, it's very different these days. Okay, so this preseason happens and so you started the year in New South Wales Cup?
Yeah. So we played round 1 over in New Zealand.
Yep.
And, we won that game. I played all right. Like, it wasn't a standout or anything like that. And, but yeah, I was just
Just a game of footy?
Just a game of footy, yeah.
And so you debuted round 4, did you say?
Round 3.
Round 3,
yeah.
And so how did that phone call come about or anything like that?
So I played Cup the week before. We versed Wentworthville and they beat us and I was like, fuck, like I played pretty shit, like I wasn't good.
Yep.
And but like grade had been I think they got pumped by Warriors first and then they got pumped by Para, like I think 100 points like in 2 weeks against them. Yeah, like it wasn't a good start.
Yeah.
And then I got a message like from our high performance guy saying, "Oh, come in for recovery and video."
Yep.
I was like, "Oh, fuck, that's weird." Like, whatever.
Yep.
So I went into training and just sat in my locker, just waited, because there was no other New South Wales Cup boys there. I was like, "Oh, fuck, what's going on here?"
Yeah. Am I rocked up the wrong time or something?
Yeah. And then a few of the boys going, "Oh, fuck, are you going to play this week?" And I was like, "No, I don't think so."
Yeah.
And then I just walked out to go do some recovery and stuff. And Dino called me into his office. And he was like, "How'd you go on the weekend?" I was like, pretty shit, eh? He's like, "Oh, well, you're going to put that behind you because you're going to play this week?" I was like, "Huh?" It's like, "Yeah, you're going to debut." I was like, "Oh, fuck, like, thanks. Oh, really? Oh, thank you." And I was just shocked. Like, speechless, had nothing to say. And
because it come out of nowhere pretty much.
Yeah, because like, I was just thinking, like, oh, fuck, I'm not playing good enough to get a crack here.
Yeah.
But yeah, sort of. And then we went up to video and I'm sort of just sitting at the back and I'm like, they're going through their video against Para where they got beaten.
Yep.
And I'm sort of just in the back, like just fucking, oh shit, like I'm playing here, I'm playing, just smiling. And I was just super excited.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Fucking hell, that debut. And so he announces it, the boys,
Then all the boys shook my hand and I was I was pretty crazy. Just texted my missus as soon as I got out.
Yep.
And I, like my mum had gone away to visit her sister up the coast. And sort of, I didn't want to just call her or text her. Like I knew she was coming home. I was like, "Fuck, I'll go home and
speak to her,
see her."
Yeah.
And she came home and like mum and dad were there, and I told them. Mum just broke down crying.
Yeah.
And I started crying.
Yeah.
And then like even my brother, I love my brother. He's my older brother and love him. But he's just been so hard on me. Like he's always called me fat. You fucking lazy and shit. I was like, "Fuck you." So when I told him, he got pretty emotional and like that rattled me out. I was like, "Man, like he cares for me." Hey?
Yeah, just like it proves like all that chat. It's just chat. Like it's not. It actually means a lot to him. Kind of thing.
And he was just fucking. He was so happy for me.
And you were just like, "Who's fat?"
Who are you? Go dig
who are ya? Okay, yeah. So the debut rolls around, and who was it against? It was against Tigers.
Yeah.
And so was it at
it was at Campbelltown.
At Campbelltown?
Yeah.
What do you like? Obviously, you remember a lot from the game, but what stands out for you in that game? Your first run, where you're like, "Oh fuck!"
Running out for the warm up. I sort of like growing up Sunday Arvo like Tigers. That's just Benji. Like I just remember fuck Benji Marshall. Like that's his day.
Yeah.
So fucking. So I ran out to the warm up, and like just the warm up was the biggest crowd I'd been in front of. Like it felt obviously like the grand final, like like our game was on at the start, and there's not many people. When I ran out to that game, it was fucking packed out.
Yeah.
And it was pretty crazy. Like I looked out to the crowd and like I had little kids screaming out my name.
Oh really?
And that I was like, fuck man, like I'm here, like this is it. And I just loved it.
You were that little kid one.
Yeah, I was calling out to them. Yeah. So for me to be there, that was pretty crazy. And I saw I remember part of the game, they did a crossfield kick and Mahe Fanua went up for it. and I sort of caught it in front of him, but he's tackled me down.
Yep.
And like his head's hit the ground, my head's hit his head, and like we both sort of get knocked out.
Yep.
But he's probably a bit worse than me.
Yeah.
And that's probably like my best memory from the game. I just sort of I didn't get knocked. Like, my head got knocked out,
and I didn't get knocked out.
But yeah,
that's a thick head too.
Yeah.
A thick head. But so you ran for 214 meters. It's a fantastic debut. You know, like that's as a winger running over 200 meters on your debut. That's very, very rare.
Yeah.
What was the feeling like? Did you gain a lot of confidence from that? What was the?
It was massive. I think like all that whole week, people were saying, "Oh, it's just another game of footy." Like once you get out there, you'll realise it's not that much different than what you've been doing. And I was just thinking, "Fuck no, you're lying, man."
Yeah. These are men.
I'm gonna get pumped here. Yeah. But yeah, after that game, I was like, "Fuck, man! Like it's another game. Like this New South Wales Cup, a bit faster. Everyone's a bit stronger, but like I can do it."
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was just so happy.
Didn't you make a line break or something?
Yeah, I made a line break. I probably could have set up a try, but then I held it, but then offloaded it, and Dutchy still probably could have scored, but then Marhafen just cleaned him up from behind.
Oh, okay. But so the boys give it to you?
Yeah.
Come on,
pass it.
Yeah.
But no, it was all right.
What did it feel like being out in the clear? Were you like...
Oh, it was crazy. Lockie Lewis just threw a long ball, and I was like, caught it. And I was like, fuck. Oh, there's no one in front of me, just go.
Yep.
And then sort of got to Moses. He was at fullback. And I was like, man... Like I'd trained with him and stuff like that and seen him. And I was like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to get past him. Yeah. So I just tried to run through him and then he tackled me. I was like, oh, fuck.
You have a tendency to do that.
Yeah, I know. So,
might be the second rower in you.
Yeah.
Okay, so the I guess the next game against the Storm had a crazy like 2 line breaks, 290 metres.
Yeah.
And obviously, tackle bust Cameron Smith, and that was replayed everywhere. And I'm sure you're sitting there going, "How crazy! That's fucking Cam Smith."
Yeah.
Do you remember walk us through the break you made where you did not step and you had every opportunity to step?
No, fuck. So I did it in the first half. Like I got to the fullback and sort of tried to step in, and then so at half time, our Andrew Farah, he was like our manager.
Yeah.
He pulled me aside. He's like, "If you get back in the clear, just fucking take him on." And I was like, "All right." I was just like, "Just run through him." I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yep.
So I was like, "Fuck, this is not going to happen again."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Oh, whatever."
2 line breaks in a game.
Yeah. So that happened. I was like, "Fuck." Shit, I'm here. And then I just remembered, go through him. I'm like, oh, shit. And I just try to run straight at him. But fuck, looking at it now, like, it's honestly the dumbest thing, like, the stupidest thing I could have done. Like, anything else would have been smarter.
You just I loved it because it was just like, it's just fucking, I'm just going to run straight here, like, fucking whatever happens. And just like, but as a fellow winger, I'm like, bruh,
take him on, do something.
Just put the ball in 2 hands and hold up for a bit.
Yeah, fucking. I sort of think about it now. I'm like, man, Addo Carr wasn't playing. I could have kicked it to that corner and try and at least outrun somebody.
Yep.
But yeah,
just go overs and try to fend or something.
Just do something. Yeah.
But it creates good content for me to enjoy. So thanks for doing it, bro. Thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
Did the boys give it to you about that?
Yeah, they were fucking
into you because
we did video after that, and coach put that up, and then he's like, "What are you doing? Like, fucking try something different." I was like, "Oh, next time." So yeah, it's fucked.
Oh, it's like you just don't see that from wingers,
just straight. Yeah,
there he is. I'm running at him, not away from him. I'm running at him. No, it's good. What about I guess, your first week was big, but the second week you would have experienced that kind of sensation of viral content and your mates all being messaged. You know what I mean? That real big exposure. What was that like for you?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That's sort of what I wanted, coming up. I just want to.
That's the dream.
I want to be a bit famous, sort of something. So that happened, and heaps of messages, fucking so many that I couldn't reply to, and but yeah, it was cool. Like my friends they all know who I am, and they just said, "Oh fuck, I'm proud of you, bro." Stuff like that. But it was awesome. I think the fact that it was Cameron Smith, made it bigger than what it was. If it was anyone else, I probably wouldn't have got that much of a recognition. But yeah, just thinking back at it now, I just think, man, Cameron Smith, he must have had a fucking shit day.
Maybe you're just a giant, bro.
Nah,
what's crazy is the boys would have put shit on him at training, Jayden's got your bar. Watch out for Jayden. Where is he? Fuck, watch out. I used to love the bench of let's say you got fended or whatever. The boys would be like, fuck, where is he?
Yeah.
Where is he? Don't let him get a fender. I guess even if obviously it's not going to happen, but let's say you never played an NRL game again, like that experience, like the Cameron Smith, like
yeah, for sure. That's what I said to people. I was like, if I could die tomorrow, and like I've done that, like
it's crazy, 100%. No one can ever take that away from you. It's such a good experience. Okay, so you continue to play like good footy for the next few weeks. What was that kind of? Again, the boys are struggling, but you personally, you're starting to realise everything that you've worked for. What was that like for you?
It was good. It was hard at the same time, like because we weren't winning.
Yeah.
So I was just always sort of like thinking, "Fuck, I'm gonna get dropped every week." I thought I played all right, but I was like, "Oh man, like someone wants my jersey," so I was like, "Fuck, I've got to keep playing good."
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that we weren't winning sort of just made everything a bit like shit. Like, I was like, "Fuck, this is mad for me." Like I'm having heaps of fun, but like going in the sheds and everyone's heads down, like we're nowhere near winning games, and but yeah, like I think it was still I still loved every minute of it. But
it's just that bittersweet.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'd rather run for 60 meters and we win.
Yeah,
instead of running for 150 and losing all the time.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so fucking true. So you injured yourself in round 10, did you say?
I think so. Yeah, against the Titans.
And so I guess that would have been pretty devastating. You're like, fuck, I just got in. Man. Like I just got in.
Yeah, I think like that game, I felt like that was my best game too. Like I was like scored a try, like a long range try, and I was like, fuck, this is all right. I'm starting to find my feet.
Yep.
And then just did my foot. I played the rest of the game, played the game out.
Yeah.
But like I just knew something was wrong with it, and it was pretty heartbreaking.
And so you get the news, they say 6 weeks.
Yeah.
What did they say initially to you?
Well, when they first did it, so after the game, put ice on it, but putting the ice on it made it worse. I was like, fuck, this hurts.
Yeah.
Then we sort of went out after, and I was like, oh man, this is my first time. Like we've won on an away trip. Like I don't want to miss out.
Yeah.
Had a few beers with the boys and that, and sort of woke up in the morning. I just couldn't put any weight on it.
Yep.
So I went down to the physio, and they've done the test, and they thought it was my Liz Frank, and they were sure that I'd torn it. And if you tear your Liz Frank, it's like the ACL of the foot. Like, if it's gone, you're done.
Wow. Like it's in season over.
Yeah, season. Yeah, it's like an 8-month recovery or something like that. Something ridiculous.
So you're rattled then.
Yeah, I was like heaps upset. Like went to the airport. Like I was so down.
Yep.
Got back to Sydney the day after. Went got a scan. And then even I've gone into training and he's still gone, oh man, it doesn't look good. Like, and I'm like, fuck, I almost broke down in the physio room.
Pits.
Yeah. And he's like, he goes, I think like your season, like you're done. So fuck. And he's like, I'm just gonna check with the surgeon. He's gonna double check it. And like half an hour later, he's come back. He's like, fuck, you're lucky. Like good news. It's like close to tearing, but it's not.
Yep.
It's probably going to be like 6 to 7 weeks. And I was like, oh man, like I was just so happy.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I was thought, fuck, if this is my season, like I'm like, what am I?
Yeah, devastated.
Yeah, but it's like 7 weeks is still shit. But I was like, fuck, it's better than the season.
You know what's weird is this the irony of expectations. Like if they never said to you that you could be out for the season, the 6 to 7 weeks would just be devastating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But because you were expecting that it was a season, you're like, 6, 7 weeks, that's all good.
Yeah, for sure.
And so in that rehab, did you feel that in that rehab, or the one that's just gone, you were much more mature than maybe previous rehabs of like more professional, everything like that?
I took it way more serious. I think like I took the ice machine home and like I'd never done that before, and I just sort of knew, like, because I'm on matches now.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, I need to get back, man. I gotta get some money, eh? Like,
100%, bro. Matches are the best.
Yeah, 100%. So I'm just like, fuck, because anything I could do to get back quicker, I was gonna do it. So I took it way more serious. It was good.
Okay, so like going forward, obviously you want to fight your way back into the side and everything like that. But next 12 months, what's the kind of goals? And you signed for 2 years. You're in the top 25. Everything's set. You're in the top 25.
Yeah.
Yep. Matches again next year or not?
Nah, no matches.
That's at least you got it locked in. At least you got it locked in.
Yeah.
And so what's the kind of goal?
I just want to make that, like, that wing spot mine. I want like I coming into this year, Remus had his wing spot, like he had it secured. I sort of want to go into next year knowing that that's my spot too.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just I just want to play good footy. I think. Yeah. At the start of the year, we did like this "This Is Your Life" thing, and everyone you'd go up and talk about your family and stuff like that. And a lot of you had to talk about your goals for the year. And so many of the boys would just say like, "I just want to play consistent footy" and stuff like that. I was like, "Oh fuck, say something better." Like,
yeah.
But like playing consistent footy is just the best thing you could do, I reckon.
100%.
Like,
takes care of everything else.
Yeah, and I think like Aiden Tolman, he's he's like out. Like I fucking love watching him play. He just does the same thing every week, and he runs for 150 every week, makes 40 tackles every week.
Crazy,
And he just his consistency is just where I want to be at. Like I want to be able to be like a no error making winger who runs for 150 every week. Like if I can do that, I'll be happy. So
it's crazy how and you don't realize it when you're younger. Like as you grow, you realize it. But like all those cliches you hear the older boys say, and you don't. When you're 18, you don't want to hear nothing about it, man. Fuck, shut up. Like, I'm gonna do this and this. And every cliche you hear, you're like,
it's so true.
So true, man. Like I should have fucking listened. Like if I could take my mentality back to an 18-year-old now, oh my god,
you'd kill it.
Man, I remember I was like 19 and I would be like thinking like, oh fuck, like I better make my debut. Like this is crazy. Like getting real impatient. I'm like, man, you got like 10 years. Chill out.
Yeah.
Okay, so I play a game with all the boys. Actually, no. So you're obviously New South Welshman.
Yeah.
That would be if you were to ever play in Origin. That's your team.
Yeah.
Have you played for New South Wales before?
Nah. I was in I was 19th man for under 20s my last year.
Yep.
But yeah, no.
But that was as a second rower though, hey?
Yeah. As a second rower. Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, obviously if it was if you were to play Origin, it would be New South Wales. So you enjoyed the win then?
Yeah, no, it was good. It's sort of I'm a bit weird with Origin. Like I've obviously love New South Wales, that's my team, but I sort of just get caught up in the game and I just like watching good shit. Like,
good footy.
I sort of forget about the result. I'm like, fuck, like Ponga's just done that. That's mad.
That was mad,
and Pierce, like, it's just sort of, I just love watching the game. It's just the best game. But,
the high quality, like seeing like Tedesco, like step six blokes and stuff like that.
I just love seeing the quality and like obviously the result's good. Like I love seeing New South Wales win, but like if Queensland win and they fucking killed it, like they've done something crazy, like, oh, bro, like
respect.
Yeah, respect.
Yeah, there's some fans that just can't even see that.
Like,
they're just like, fuck you, I hate you. I'm the same. Like I can always be like, man, New South Wales are amazing. Like even Tedesco with that match-winning trial, I was devastated.
But it was fucking.
But it was crazy, man. It was amazing. I played so this game is called the name game. So I say a name, you say the first thing that comes to your mind, and it's obviously just NRL players and that.
Yeah.
Go Hazem Al Masri.
King. I love him. He comes down to the club and that.
Oh yeah.
He's just, I don't know. Everyone has so much respect for him.
Yeah, he's doggies through and through.
He's bulldogs.
Fucking oath, he's doggies.
Yeah.
Willie Mason.
Afro.
Yeah. Darren Lockyer.
Voice.
Voice.
His voice. Yeah, his voice. There's something about it. He was my brother's favourite player growing up. So, yeah, he was cool.
Andrew Johns.
Oh, GOAT. But I missed out on him. I didn't
see him.
Yeah, I didn't really see him in his prime or anything like that.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, it's funny we talk about GOATs and that. So I asked Bronson favourite rapper and he said Drake and I was almost offended.
Yeah, that's fucking shit.
I was like, he doesn't even write his own raps. How dare you? But it's like a different generation.
Yeah.
Freddie Fittler.
Legend. Sort of had a little bit to do with him, like in pathways and that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he was always pretty cool.
He's so like he's such a polarized. He's not polarizing in a negative sense. He's polarizing in the sense that like he's so chill and calm.
Yeah.
But he's also so smart and competitive.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's this really unique. He's a unique human being.
Yeah.
He's a unique human being. Dogs of War. Marco Mealy.
Angry.
Yeah,
fuck. I used to love watching him.
Yeah.
That fight he had with Bryce Gibbs.
Crazy.
Game. Yeah, he's just a nutcase.
Shane Webke.
Oh man. First word. Strong. It's a workhorse. Yeah.
Lottie Takiri.
Fast.
Wendell Saylor.
Big and fast.
He's fucking so. I played him when he first came back to NRL.
NRL, yeah.
And he ran out, and I was like, bro, that's the biggest wing I've ever seen in my fucking life. He was like 112 kilos, just thick. He was just spraying me the whole time. He was just into me, and I was just smiling at him because I was like, it's fucking Wendell Saylor. Okay, who else? Who? Oh, what's it? Luke Patton.
The general. Yeah, I just see him as the general. I don't know, he just seems like the ultimate professional. Just did everything right. Yeah.
James Graham.
Scary.
Yeah.
I think I love like hearing him talk on NRL 360 and all that. He's just so passionate about everything.
And he's honest. I love how honest he is. And he doesn't back down from his spot. Like he's like, this is what I feel, and that's the way I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Okay, I ask all the boys this as well. Favorite rapper of all time.
My favorite is Kanye.
Yeah, controversial.
Yeah, I know. Sort of lately, I'm not a fan of what he's doing outside of rap and that. But musically. I like his old stuff better, like Late
Yeah.
Registration, and that's probably my favourite album of his. Yeah.
If you, I mean, you would have heard it, but the song, it's called like Everything I Am or something like that.
Yeah.
And if you go back and listen to that song, it pretty much explains exactly to why he is the way he is, in the sense that like the song is basically him saying everything I am, everything I'm not made me everything I am.
Yeah.
And like I feel like that explains him a lot of like he's a genuine creative.
Yeah,
he's not made to be famous.
No, not at all.
And so he's gonna say some fucking crazy shit. And like, don't like. I think I'm a Kanye West fan, and you need to understand that like some of the stuff he says is fucking nonsense. Like, bro, you're not as smart as you think you are in that area. But creatively, fuck me dead.
Closing like everything, like his art, like I just see him as an artist.
Yeah,
like,
a pure artist.
Yeah, everything he does.
He changed the way we listen to music.
Yeah,
his production. He wasn't even a rapper. So I'm a Kanye fan, definitely. When Bronson said fucking Drake, I was like, bruh, shut up, man.
Like I like him. He's like I love his music, but
he's a pop star.
Yeah, he's not a rapper. He's a rapper. Yeah,
absolutely not. But he was like, nah, man, Drake is it. Yeah. I like it. Like, he's 18 years old. Yeah. Favorite movie of all time?
The Dark Knight.
Great, eh?
Yeah, fucking love it.
That so good, man.
Opening scene is my favorite.
He's just like the joke, like. Heath Ledger in that is crazy.
It's unbelievable. I
think. Have you seen the Joaquin Phoenix trailer for the Joker?
Nah.
So they're doing a movie just about the Joker.
Oh, okay.
And Joaquin Phoenix is a great actor.
Yeah.
And the trailer is really good.
Oh, true.
But Jared Leto's fucking Joker was terrible.
Was that in Suicide Squad?
Yeah. Oh my god! Like covered in tats. Like it's cringe. Like you don't understand. Like. They just put tats in that on him, like, because they think that's cool.
Yeah.
But you've made it cringe. Like, it's just like, it did my head in, because, like, he's the Joker. Like, you don't need the tats to make him hectic.
Yeah.
He's just a crazy bloke. If he has tats, that's sweet. But he had, like, laughing.
Yeah, ha ha ha. Like, all over him. Yeah, shit.
Bro, like, fuck me dead.
Yeah.
That's Heath Ledger Joker.
Yeah.
What about the bit where he's getting filmed and he goes, and, like, he's filming that dude and he says, like, look at me.
Yeah.
In the thing, and he yells at him.
Look at me.
It's like, fucking wall. Jesus Christ, crazy, what's going on here? And then he's like, when he's talking to Batman, he's like, you don't want to kill me. Yeah. It's like, oh my God, this guy's crazy. Thank you so much for coming on, brother. I really appreciate it.
Thanks so much for having me.
Good luck to getting back on the field and everything, like get back into the first grade. Been a tough year, but I'm sure you'll get back there next year. And next year's your year, baby.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Thanks, bro.
Boom.